Arrested? You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say can and will be held against you. Don't talk to the police. Talk to me first, Attorney Warren E. McAlpine from the Action Attorney Center. I know the law and I know your rights. Whether felony, misdemeanor, drug, OWI, domestic violence, or traffic violation, I can help you. Call today, Warren E. McAlpine, 1-888-292-6908.
107.3 FM, WVIE.
How would you like for this to be you? Well, it could be. If you have the desire to be an independent radio personality, paying yourself, this is your chance. WVIE 107.3 FM and WHPR 88.1 FM are looking for people with outgoing personalities who can attract sponsors. Launch your career on a radio station with the latest technology in broadcasting. WVIE 107.3 and WHPR 88.1. If you're into talk, R&B, oldies, jazz, gospel, or soca, Radio We Can See is where you need to be.
88.1 FM. WHPR.
Have your own radio show. We have block time available. Call 313-868-6612. Radio We Can See. Broadcasting live in the Virgin Islands and Detroit. Comcast Cable 91, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We've got jobs that need skills in areas like healthcare.
Jumpstart your healthcare career at Wayne County Community College District.
We are moving towards the career technical education field in the areas of allied health, health sciences.
Outstanding health science programs in nursing, surgical technology, dental hygiene, and emergency medical technology.
It's been an amazing program. It's a state-of-the-art facility
with over 200 degrees and accredited certifications.
Visit wcccd.edu. Register today.
Are you in
You're watching United Gospel Explosion. United Gospel Explosion. TV!
See, I'm a gangster with God and I'm spreading the word. Truth be told, that's right, truth be heard. No matter what your gift is, it's made to see. So give it up for victory. United Gospel Explosion. TV, United Gospel Explosion. TV, United Gospel Explosion. TV, United Gospel Explosion.
How y'all doing? My name is Dwayne White, and I'm here representing my people as far as community outreach, nothing but blessings, Kingdom Tribe, and United Gospel Exposure.
Hey, them was some of my young fellas from the Kingdom Tribe. They still out there getting it in, and love all the people that's been on this show and made it happen. We just want to take a second and welcome you to United Gospel Explosion TV. And I got to tell y'all what that means before I introduce my guest. What is United Gospel Explosion TV? What does that mean? I hear that everywhere. Torrence, what is this United Gospel Explosion TV? What could that mean? Well, you know what? I had the vision of uniting God's people on the platform. And when I got the vision for the Gospel Explosion TV, it just was like a bolt of lightning. It was like I came into the ministry, accepted my calling about a year or so ago, and had did 150 TV shows with Mr. Watkins and some other people out here producing different things. And it just came to me, we did one gospel show out of all that time, and it was a United Gospel Explosion concert over at the Redford Theater. Now, that was about 5 years ago when they had female mud wrestlers there and the muscle builders. Anything but gospel was there. Right. So we did that in association with John Georgia Blight Busters. I remember Kimmy Reed and her people were doing some things over in that area, Rico, and so many different organizations came together. And we gave this gospel concert at the Redford. And of course, you're looking at Tari Jumbi to my right, or maybe your left, who's my partner in everything we were doing then in film. And so when we did this one show, I didn't even know why, because we were busy doing radio shows with Radio 1 and some Clear Channel stuff
Detroit Talent Review.
We were doing some of everything.
Worldwide.
And so this show just came in my spirit. I did the show. It was successful. Boom, forgot about it. 5 years later, when I accepted the ministry, it just came to me when I said I wasn't doing no more shows. Came to me out of meditation that I said, God, I got my construction business. We doing this, we doing that. I want to just study my Bible, get into the ministry, and I'm good. And he like smacked me in my spiritual face and bam, say, look, it wasn't yours anyway. And so that same energy that we took to do our world shows, we began to put into this gospel arena shows we did. And wrote the opening for the show, and it opens up like I'm a gangster for God, and I'm spreading the word. And Tari did the that's him on there doing the go and say the lyrics. I'm a gangster for God, and I'm spreading the word. Yeah, and that's what it was about. So we got out there with that thing, and contacted my partner for the old footage. I said, is there any old footage from that show? Now, this 5 years later after we did it, probably did 1,000 shows since then, wasn't even thinking about it. But he found enough footage from that show to put together, and that's what you see in the opening script. Tari produced that, and great producer, and that's going to bring us into what we're doing now. But so that's it. This is a for real thing. And, you know, when I say we're a gangster for God, what we were saying is we didn't want to be hard for the streets with some of the shows we had produced. You know, having everybody on them, bringing different producers and artists from all over, had been on some of the stuff we had gotten into, and then come in and be a wimpy, weak, wet noodle. I feel a silent. I'm actually a permission for God. So if I was hard there, I want to be twice as hard here, and that's how we coming off in this. That's how that came in. So we having fun. So that brings us all that was. Fast forward. That's what. To right now today, and me and Tari still together. This still my man. We fight, we argue, we do things, but we love each other and support each other.
That's right. And I'd just like to take this time and thank God and thank you, Torrence, for holding me down. You know, when I lost my brother and going through my personal things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you had a real
he's been here
testimony.
for me, kept me as an executive producer, director on board, you know what I'm saying? While I fought through my trials and tribulations. So thank God. For, you know,
man, that's what it is. And look, I don't want to leave out because I do feel like I'm sitting with a couple of legends in here because Tari's been on the grind, and I'll tell you a little bit more about his story, but it's all to God's glory, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also with the legendary Mr. John Dawson to my left, which would probably be to your right. But what I'm trying to say is we're here with him, sitting in. Mr. Dawson, how you doing today, sir?
I'm real good. Thank you so much.
And, you know, Mr. Dawson, I just want to say this to you. He said he don't want to talk about all the stuff he's done, but you know what? Your past represents a roadmap to your future. So I'm just going to pull out a couple of things. You know, he was a photographer, and he's a magnificent, legendary photographer, director. He's done several shows. He's working on some current projects with my partner, that's me now. But, you know, he showed me some things that he had done with people like Aretha Franklin in the film, you know, and Michael Jackson, and just a couple of people that you done. I don't want to.
Well, Phyllis Hyman,
yeah.
Four Tops.
Yes, sir.
Dramatics, Contours, the original Vandellas.
Don't tell anymore. If he tell anymore, they probably gonna get up off their couch and run down here and be all out in the studio and all of that.
Well, they can call in. They can call in and talk to us.
They can call in and listen. 868-313-868-0342. That's 313-868-0342 and 868-0351. Those are 313 numbers. You guys want to be a part of the platform, you can call in. We ain't never cutting you out. But back to Mr. Dawson. So Mr. Dawson came up and told me, Torrence, I ain't ready to go on today. You know we don't play that here. You like got Tari. So Tari set him up because he know when he came here with me, he'd probably wind up in the seat.
Yeah, especially on the front.
Absolutely. He came for a meeting. And you out here. And when you out here worldwide, you know, because it streams live on the internet anywhere in the world.
I like to say
that has TV.
Mr. Dawson has been a beacon in my life as well. Meeting him on the set of Clearview, taking me under his wing, showing me how to direct, how to take pictures, and it's just been terrific and wonderful to work up under Mr. Dawson. And for him to be on a project like On My Block and Step Kids, I'm still learning every day from a legend, and I love it.
And great, and I'm just want to give them just a little bit about what you're saying when you say My Block and Step Kids. For those that don't know, Tari has constantly been still putting the pedal to the metal, and he was on the production team, executive production team for My Step Kids. He's a writer and producer of My Block, and these are comedy things that he has had going in the past. And he's still pushing it, and I'm in support of him, 100% of what he's doing. Mr. Dawson is working on that. They're having a meeting down here at the TV station, on some of these things that we're doing. And I just want to say, because we come to God, we don't lose our identity. Your talent don't disappear.
No.
It just becomes greater.
Like I say, I'm a gangster for God now.
Yeah, come on.
Then and now.
And that really means, Mr. Dawson, that if given a situation, whether you're going to stand up for light or darkness, that you're strong enough to be a true leader and stand up for light. Because I think that's a growth process, isn't it?
Oh yes.
Where at some points in our lives we let others lead us into ways that may not be the light path or the right path. But as you grow to be a true man, a king, a prince, or whatever you want to consider yourself, I consider you a king if you are, only if you are. But you got to consider yourself that to know who you are. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're going to stand up and be strong enough to stand up, even in the midst of darkness, even when everything else is around you not going that way, and like we've been faced with situations where, you're given choices in life. I don't know what your choice is, but I think we all
had them.
That had those moments. And do you think that's the true test of the man, how you stand up in that moment, Mr. Dawson?
Oh, yes, challenges. Those sort of things help improve your life for you have those challenges in life you can be confronted with, to overcome those obstacles. So, yeah, I think so, right.
That's just good.
Tari and I, we met, like you said, on the set of Clear View, and became to be so close.
Yeah.
So, you working on a movie set, that become your family for a while.
It does.
And
it does,
you
absolutely.
become close. We spend more time actually on set, I think we did with our families. We shot from morning till night, all weekends and evenings, and, and it became such a close bond between the two of us.
Right.
So when he started this particular project and then invited me on board, I was, willing to accept the challenge.
Happy to come aboard.
Oh yeah, very so happy.
Right.
All right. And there's a spiritual connection too. Tari is very spiritual. We are spiritual too, and I think that also helped increase the connection a lot. We always, and he'll tell you, we added God into our productions.
Absolutely.
And before we start rehearsals, at the end of rehearsals, be on set, off set. Right. And we kept God first in our productions.
Give me a play. Give me a double play.
All right.
That's a double play.
Right.
You hear what these men are saying,
Because we knew,
right,
without God, our production would not succeed. And I think that helped elevate us to the point that where we at today.
Right.
It keeping us strong, it keeping us connected, and keeping our mind focused on God.
Absolutely.
Praise the Lord.
Absolutely.
Right.
Praise the Lord.
And the spinoff of that is at the same time we doing all the prayers on the old sets. That's when Torrence called me like, let's do United Gospel Explosion. So in my heart, in my mind, I'm like,
what's going on?
This is perfect.
Yeah, right.
So, I had to make a transition within myself, spiritually and mentally, And, like I say, I'm a gangster for God. If I can help get your talent out there, I'm going to do that, I'm going to give praise where praise is due. And, I'm going to be praying for everyone.
Well, that's so powerful because, this is the line of thinking that we're all about. I wasn't born in the pulpit or in the church. I was called to this. And I never felt, how can I put it, better or lower than anyone, no matter what level we're in. And I think this show should be dedicated to the young men and women out there that's borderline making decisions in their life, which way to go if they find themselves in the struggle or whatever. I think something has been said here today that was very powerful, that no matter what work that these men are in, they've grown to that point. I think it's a growth process where you can say, as a leader, I'm standing up for God as I'm standing up for myself. And then you begin to say, even as we're doing these productions of My Block or Step Kids or whatever we're going to do, because it's going to be a lot of the stuff we're still doing in film.
That's right.
But to be able to stand up and say, like Tari just said, I made a decision, then that makes my heart feel good because I know that's how we living. We ain't just talking. This is how we living.
Right.
And so someone's always watching you. You know, somebody watching me as a son, whatever. Somebody always watching you. And, you know, they and someone's always looking for a way out or a way to go.
That's right.
And so as I accept Christ in my life, as I accept the ministry into my life, I don't have to go out and tell people, look, I'm Reverend Torrence, I'm Minister Torrence, I'm this, that, and the other. It's the way we live. It's a confidence within yourself that you should carry to every battle that you get into. It ain't gonna be all rose or steel.
That's right.
I mean, we still having problems and things like that. I got to give a shout out. That reminds me, I got to give a shout out to Lee Tires. Y'all may think I'm jumping the subject, but hey, I had a flat on the way here today, and I couldn't change my spare, and I'm dressed up for the show and everything. Went to Lee Tires across from Charity Motors over on Grand River. These brothers put me in, hooked me up, took care of everything. I mean, and got me here on time. And so, I mean, so you rely on people even though you're going to still have the challenges.
Right.
I think that what goes for us is the blessings that stand in front of the challenges, that if you can look in there, look for that silver lining. We know it's there now. You know? It ain't like I think I might make it. You know you're going to make it. And so that's a faith walk.
That's right. That's right.
So that's a faith walk.
You know, it tells you that men should live so people should see your good work. You know, you should shine so you should see your good work. And people are able to see that around you. You know, people can look at you and tell you if you're a good person or not. You know, that's why, you know, you get those blessings and things come your way, which glorify to know the Father which is in heaven. So, yeah, you should always do your work so people can see the goodness in you.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what you're doing now.
Well, it's all of us,
right.
you know,
Right,
and I think when we say we're not ashamed of the gospel because it's power to us, I think that's opened the door to help to be powerful for other people to see you.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, I was talking to some young brothers that, and we're trying to build this up to be part of a training for film, you know, the film factory concept that we have and all of that, and the different interns that's going to come in and work with us and stuff. But I mean, clearly we got to have a roadmap out here that says this is the way we're going. This is where our hat is at, because, you know, they still faced with confrontations just like we are. How am I going to feed my family? Where did the next dollar come from?
Right.
So instead of, you know, in certain circumstances, I don't go to praying to catch. I'd be like, pick that hammer up, man, and come over here because you're going to make $50 today if you can nail this wood up. You understand what I'm saying? So,
give them something to do.
Right, because you're in a dangerous position if you telling the guy that this is how he feed his dog and his cat and his wife and his son, you know, out here doing whatever they doing to get their money. This is how they do it. And then you tell them, look, don't do that because God loves you. You better be telling them some skills to go along with that, or how they gonna pay their bills. And I think if we can give them a little finance while we're preaching to them, you got a better chance of reaching them. What you think about that?
I think you're right. You know, I think, you know, money will do help. You know, if you can help with the finance and so forth along the way, I think that would be a great way of, you know, elevating and promoting it. You know,
right. Yeah. Well, if they don't have money in their pocket. And I think it's harder for them to make
do.
So the decisions become kind of.
But, you know, my thing is if you have a skill or a trade, painting, roofing, if you want to be an engineer, if you want to be a cameraman, if you want to be a photographer, if you want to learn how to make watches, I mean, it's so many things and so many hustles that you can do legally and take care of yourself.
That's excellent. And so what we're looking for is to start training programs.
Oh, yeah.
You know, part of this ministry is branching off into training programs. And I know with I know Tari and hopefully Mr. Dawson being too, that as we're making our movies, because we're trying to set up, connect and collect, energize people, strategize, come up with ways of making it. Anybody can say or talk about how bad it is. But I think that if we can use our minds collectively and come up with a concept that how we really moving up, you know, and have people be a part of that. And I'm just romanticizing this for a minute. Imagine these cats in Egypt. I'm talking about doing the Nubian Empire, which it was a black Egypt Nubian Empire, where these cats were walking around building pyramids, and you had thousands of men and women that were totally sober-minded.
Right.
They wasn't high, they wasn't under the influence. Well, I ain't knocking your relaxation thing, but just imagine they wasn't under even TV. They didn't have TVs, so they walking around speaking and talking things into existence, and the powerful men. You talking about men that could just stop at any minute, run 10 miles. You know what I'm saying? You know, energized men, straight-minded. They walking around pushing philosophy and kicking it on how to build these edifices to God and things. And they were built so powerfully and wonderfully that even now we're just, in 2016, we just figuring out how to tear them up. I saw on TV today, they said, we thought we had tore down the thing, but when we got in, it was an inner wall inside the inner wall, and guess what? There's another tomb inside there, and it's full of gold. So, you know, when you really imagine who you are, your history, I think that's why it was so important for them to take our history from us when they put us into slavery. Oh, yeah. How you gonna slave a man that you know you done been building pyramids like this, and you know the great things of this, you know? So who are we, and what is our real worth as men? And I'm talking about on this Christian journey, on this spiritual journey. What is our position? Where do we stand in connection to others? I mean, and you being strong enough to do it and show me, does that do something for me? Your strength, because I believe it does.
I sure will hope it inspires somebody. You know. My kids, their kids, the neighbors' kids, you know, someone.
Stevie Wonder said that too.
He did.
Maybe our children, grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll be loving you, right? And I forget the song, but you know, anyway. I think he stole that from Stevie Wonder, but Tari something else. But I get it though. But definitely you're right, man. And so that's our mission. This is where we are. This is what we have to do. I just want to give this here thing to you that and I'm jumping hats. I'm all over the place today. But the political arena right now. Two things going on that I ain't gonna say. Yeah, I'm gonna say piss me off. Piss me off. I said that. You just ain't the TV saying that. Or even bother me. I'll say bother me a lot within my spirit. Is one thing is the respect that's been shown for President Obama through his whole election. It's been a joke.
Yes.
I mean, you talking about a man that came in when it saved the banking industry, saved the auto industry. I ain't talking about for joking. Help, we drowning. It's house on fire. Obama made the move to save the auto industry where other people were saying don't bail them out.
Right.
Made an educated, smart move there. Look.
Unemployment, healthcare.
And doctor, universal health care. This man done did everything but walked on water and totally no respect. And then now that there's a Supreme Court justice to be elected during his watch, Scalia died.
Right.
So as president, his job by Constitution is to bring up another justice.
Right.
They're shouting that he's not good enough to do that, or it shouldn't be done, or maybe we should wait until another election so another man can do it or woman can do it. Wow. It's totally crazy and ridiculous. Is this the world we really living in today? I mean, if there is a God, we know there is, he got to be looking down on this and see the disrespect for this man. And so that kind of bothers me because I know the effects that this will have on our lifetime and our kids' lifetime. Who makes the real decisions on the law?
That's right.
And so that kind of bothers me. Is this something that just sits with me like that because I'm an introverted nerd or something? Do y'all feel that too? You know?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I mean, when did they ever give us the respect?
Yeah, when did they ever give us the respect?
When have they ever? They had never. So I mean, you know, he went into up against a tough opposition when he came president, because he came into this arena, you know, fighting against everything, you know, and he has did everything you can possibly. I don't think no other president out there has accomplished what he has accomplished, but yet too they don't fail to give him the type of recognition that you need to have for that, you know.
That's right.
I think he should appoint a Supreme Court justice.
And it's his job.
This is his constitutional right.
And it's his job.
And his
Look,
rights as a president, sitting president,
right,
to do that.
Right. And he's no lame duck. He's more like a super duck. He's like a Superman. Look, you guys, thank y'all for tuning in to
Stay
United
tuned
Gospel.
for On My Block and My Stepkids coming 2016. Be on the lookout for the legendary John Dawson and my partner in crime, that's God's work, that is, Mr. James Torrence. And you're watching United Gospel Explosion TV.
Couldn't get it better.
Gospel explosion, united, gospel explosion.